Truth Man here. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simple, All Subject channel. So if there's rumors circulating that Keon, Henderson and Shaunie O Neal are divorced, if they are, somebody tell me the truth. Because if they are, I will apologize and I will take that video down and I will congratulate him, because a man can divorce a woman 10 times. But a woman, when she divorces a man and get with another man while her man is still alive, it's sin. So if that man put the Most High in front of that like that, then I will apologize and I will congratulate him for doing so. But on this video, and I'm gonna have to pull over so I can play the clip. I'm talking about beware of these type of women. Shaunie O Neal. Shaunie O Neal. This is the most dangerous one of them all. I would say the most dangerous woman of them all is the Shaunie O Neal type. I'm telling you, charming, look good, gaslighter, user. I'm gonna have to pull over so I can play this clip. She still got this man's last name, and she telling people she never loved him. Let me tell you, dude, it's clear that Shaq has a lot of testosterone. Look how tall he is. Look how big his feet is. This is why the Most High permitted men to have multiple women, but these men don't know how to do it. So they get to lying to these women, and these women, you cheated on me, you cheated on me, I can't believe you cheated on me. Oh. And then they end up, oh, I never thought I'd fall in love again. I never thought I'd fall in love again. That's how they do. Like I told y'all on the short, and I'm gonna pause this so I could find this clip. But like I told y'all on the short, when they find your replacement, they gonna forget about you. And they gonna try to take your money. Give me a sec. All right, y'all, so I'm gonna play this first because this is interesting. Interesting take by this woman. Her name is Murder Honey Shorts.
First, Shaunie O Neal, a television personality and the former spouse of NBA icon Shaquille O'Neal. You probably also know her from Basketball Wives.
I gotta pause it in case she one of them.
Well, Shaunie has a book out she just released, and she has some surprising truths that she feels about Shaq that she shares in this book. And she states in this book that she never loved Shaq. Girl, what? You had 47 kids with this man, and you're saying you didn't love him? The math isn't mathing. I'll take it even a step further. He took her son and raised him as his.
Y'all know I didn't know that. I thought that was really Shaq's son. I thought he just looked like her.
Oh, she is so cold-blooded. So what you're telling me is that you're a groupie and a gold digger. If this is the case, let this man have his last name back and change your name.
That's what I said. But we're going to talk about it.
For a lot of single mothers, this is probably the case.
This is one of the reasons why I would say.
For a lot of single mothers.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I would say it's a no-go to single mothers for this reason. Let's see if we're going to go to a couple clips, then I'm going to get back on the road.
A family-owned oil company focused on unleashing American oil from North Dakota and Montana.
What's the ups and downs of being married to me? Go ahead, you can say it. I give you permission to go ahead.
Just Shaunie talking.
20 years later, Shaunie Henderson spilling details about her marriage to ex-husband Shaquille O'Neal, admitting she's not sure she ever truly loved the former NBA star during their 9-year marriage.
Wow. I want to, hold on. I think this is it right here.
For her to end their marriage.
So some people would say, oh, well, you knew what you were getting into.
Yeah, I think, yes, you do. But at the same time, you do think, okay, we're getting married. We're having kids. We're a family. Things are going to change. And that's probably a complete delusional thought process.
So she admitted that she knew what he was doing. Right there. Y'all heard that, right?
But you do think that, or you have those hopes and like, you know what? This will all stop. It'll all go away. Like Tinkerbell. And you're just the one that's like, okay, you look at those kids, you know, you're a family and you got to put that first.
Until you find somebody else. But we're going to look. I'm trying to find the video where she said it. Hold on. No, it's not that. It's not that. It's not that. Yeah, hold on. Let's try this.
BSO. And a father.
Yeah, he commentating. Shout out to
So
BSO.
maybe that you get.
But I need to hear the. Ain't nobody got the clip.
But
I heard it,
you get what
but I don't remember where I heard it. I heard her say it, but I don't remember where I heard it. Let's see if there's
Today is the last day to get approved for these $12,000 limit credit cards.
fake news.
Everyone gets a
She never really loved. Feels so. We're in relationships. Tell me your story.
Hey, that's
Have you
what
ever
she
been with
had
somebody?
on when she said it. Doggone it, y'all. Where is it at? 'Cause I heard it.
I was young. Despite the rumors, I didn't save a little for the rainy day. I wish I had him. But I got divorced, and I really had to start all over.
I hear that, right?
I had to figure out how to manage my money, what to do with it, how to protect it, how to double it, and it was more again back to survival mode. I didn't want. I didn't want.
Hold on, y'all. I want to replay. I'm gonna replay something she said.
I was young. Despite the rumors, I didn't save a little for the rainy day. I wish I had him. But I got to.
So that's one thing that women do when they don't save up for a rainy day. They'll stick with you for another day, even though they don't love you, even though they don't.
And I really had to start all over. I had to figure out how to manage my money, what to do with it, how to protect it, how to double
She called
it.
it her money.
And it was more again back to survival mode. I didn't want child support to be my source of life. I was like, this ain't it. I was young. Despite the rumors.
She talking about, again, I just found out that oldest one ain't even Shaq's. That oldest one is not even Shaq's kid, man. I never knew that. That is crazy. That is crazy, man. I had to pull over for this, y'all. Wait, hold on. She probably flagged all the videos down because somebody played it. Hold on. Everybody talking about
she never really was in love with you.
But the videos is gone.
But it's unbelievable. Can I? Because I ain't gonna lie. As a man, when I first heard that, I got upset.
Don't get upset, man. Understand. See, the video is gone, but everybody's talking about it. Let's see.
He is the love of my life, and I
Wait, is this
learned
it?
how to love. I've learned how to be a wife. I've learned how to be in love.
Why are they playing this music? They're gonna get a strike.
There's just things that.
Hold on, I'm gonna just keep going.
Yeah, maybe it has to do with me
going down this journey later on in life. I'm sure it has a lot to do with that and just having a bit more wisdom than I did before. But don't get it twisted, because love and love are two different things, okay? So
no, they're not.
I'm in love and love. You gotta be wrong.
Too. Well, the next day, Shaq responded back on Instagram and said, "I understand. I wouldn't have been in love with me either. Wishing you hope that I said." And
Shaq took the high road. He shouldn't have took.
But while Shaq,
I would have been shots fired.
A cheating spouse, and fair enough, Shaq has owned up to that. He's owned up to
it for the sake of my kids. Changing my name lets me start all over, and I feel like a whole new person.
Hey,
are you gonna change your name? Don't you dare. My whole last name.
Basketball Wives through him, which gave you access to build a platform. And I can't forget to mention, even long after the two of you divorced, you kept his last name.
Shout out to Jordan B. Media. That's Jordan B. Media who y'all hear talking. Great. I'm glad that she provided this, because it's clear that a lot of these, or the video itself has been flagged down, probably by Shaunie herself or her people. But listen to this.
Yeah. My whole last name gonna change. Oh, you dropping the O'Neal?
I'm dropping O'Neal.
No, I've had O'Neal as my last name since 2003, and getting divorced with very small children, I kept it for the sake of my kids. Changing my name lets me start all over, and I feel like a whole new person.
My honest opinion, she could have left Shaq out of the
Jordan Cook.
And when you make a statement and it backfire on you, you say people were taking it out of context. Well, if your book is your truth, then own up to it.
Right.
That's all we are saying. Like, just own up to what you said. Give more context on what you meant.
Yeah, what you mean by that?
Right now, it's looking pretty clear that you were just nothing more than a gold digger. Like, you weren't in love.
Exactly. Dude, listen. All gold diggers don't find gold. All gold diggers don't find gold. But the Shaunie O Neal type is the type that's going to stay with you. Although, this is what they do. Like, women will sell themselves to a guy that they find attractive, or that they is basically telling them or present to them what they want to see and what they want to hear. What they want to see and what they want to hear. Right? The Shaunie O Neal type is never guilty of anything. It's always you. Now, I played for y'all how she knew that Shaq was a ladies' man, in particular, because don't think it's just his money, it's his size. A lot of women like big dudes, man. Like, I get attention from a lot of women because of my size. Shaq way bigger than me, but I'm way bigger than them. Being 6'2", 290, 295. And I'm not like a little Pillsbury doughboy. I got some curves to mine. I asked the doctor, I said, so what percentage body fat on? She said, 38%. I said, 38%? I said, is that bad? She said, I've seen worse. She said, but you're 62% muscle, so it's not that bad. And you're a big guy. You're a big guy. All gold diggers don't find gold. They might find a dude with a steady job, steady income. They might get a couple cars out of the deal, a couple kids to keep them company, to kind of patch over their issues that they had, their childhood trauma. And sometimes what happens is when those guys grow up, when like when Carmelo's son grew up, and listen, ladies, Lala is fine. I don't care who don't agree with me. If she having a hard time, Tia Mowry is decent too now. She decent. I don't get what y'all think, how y'all think it's gonna go for y'all. They be like, well, I'm light skinned, I just moved to Mississippi. Yep, and them dudes will clap you up. And guess what? Another light skinned woman to move to Mississippi is younger than you, with a better body than you, and they'll move on. Ain't no remedy for women who your blessing is in being like Sarah, being virtuous. But if you like Jezebel, then the Most High gonna want to judge you. Dude, see, y'all don't listen to me, man. Y'all act like, because I wear a baseball cap, stocking cap. I don't know what I'm talking about. But y'all don't understand that I'm a 2025 version of a prophet. Why did I come through here? I'm gonna turn around. Can I go through there? Golly. Man. But Shaunie used Shaq. She used Shaq because she already had a kid. This is why you got to be careful with these single mothers. And she was trying to give that kid whose father wasn't in the picture a decent life. And this is what most of them do. You think, oh, I'll just work my job and retire and get my pension. Yep, and you'll be with a single mother and your pension gonna be gone because she'll be using you because they want to be secure. Like even the one that I'm soon to divorce told, I just want security. She said that because I don't have like a 9 to 5. Like my money is up and down and very dependent upon what I do. And a lot of women don't like that. They don't like that. So this is what happened. I mean, and even the beginning was shaky. And I should have, like I tell y'all all the time, to see those red flags in the beginning. Now, when Shaq was too busy doing whatever he was doing. But the red flags was there because she admitted, like, that she said, well, yeah, I know what he's doing, but she admitted it. And he ignored it. Remember on Rocky 2 when Mick wanted Rocky to switch back to softball? Because him fighting right-handed was a strategy that Mick thought would protect his eye and would throw Apollo off. Rest in peace to Carl Weathers, one of the greatest actors ever and that will ever grace the screen. One of my favorite actors. Action Jackson, Predator, all type of movies. Even going back to when he was on Good Time. But he wanted to throw Apollo off by getting Rocky to fight right-handed. Because Rocky's goal was to win the championship, right? So when it got to the latter rounds, Mick wanted Rocky to switch back, and Rocky said, no tricks, I ain't switching. But he ended up switching back, and he ended up knocking Apollo out. That reminds me of the single mother that never, the Shaunie O Neal type. The one that never loved you, man. The one that only was with you as a strategy. That's why I say this one is the most dangerous one. Nearly everything she has is from Shaq. And I already got on her husband, but like I said, there's rumors that they're divorced. If he wised up and saw the truth in the word, then I will apologize, congratulate him, and take that video down. I'm a man. I can apologize. But I'm not sure. It'd be so much fake content on here for clicks. Because when I look research, they still married. So that means they still in sin. This is the type of woman that doesn't care what she does. She'll pretend spiritual, but who knows what's in her heart? Case in point, I never loved Shaq. Y'all see what I'm getting at with this? With this. Y'all see what I'm getting at? And I'm not advocating for Shaq because he shouldn't have been lying like a little simp. But what I'm saying is, we got to look at this type of woman. We got to look at what this type of woman does, because this is the type of woman that her behavior would be good enough, and clearly it's obvious, to get guys that want to marry her. But again, Jezebel, see, the Bible showed us what Sarah's like. If she was being like Sarah, she would have stayed with Shaq. But she was being like Jezebel, obviously. Because again, like you see how hard she's working now, basketball wives, this, that, and the other. That's what they do. That's what this type does. They'll do the bare minimum to help you. They'll help the kids, but they'll do the bare minimum to help you. But when you gone, they'll do the maximum to help the next man. That's another thing about this type. Because again, she's still talking about Shaq, which shows me that she know that, man, this dude really gave me something. This dude really gave me something. And the Keon dude need to stop with all that faith stuff, man. Because if you have faith like that, you telling me you couldn't do better than a divorced woman with 5 kids? You ain't, you just talking, man. You don't believe that stuff, man. You don't believe that stuff you talking, man. All the women in your church, and that's the best you could do? Come on, man. Your motive don't seem right, man. Something is off with this. Are you one of them made men? Are you in the brotherhood? Something is off with this. Something is off with this. So, a lot of people done made a lot of videos concerning that, when she said that I probably should go to Dr. BOA. I bet you he found it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. When I stop again, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna look through Dr. BOA's video, because it's like the clips seem like they've been flagged down. Because I remember when she first said it, I even heard it. And it's like, this is what I'm talking about, man. A gold digger. Marriage is the highest form for some women of gold digging. It's the highest form of it. Because, and it's the most gaslighty, deceptive form of it. Because a lot of women get married for some type of security. And when they feel like their security is gone, they don't want to be married no more. Or they'll stay married, but they'll act a fool on you, and you'll have to be a fool to stay with them. That's how it be. They'll disrespect you. They'll have emotional affairs. Some of them have physical affairs. This is what happens. This is why we warn you. And this is why I see a lot of rich dudes, they like, man, forget that marriage stuff. Y'all see how Paul Pierce talking? Paul Pierce going viral for a lot of things that he's saying about marriage. And it's like, the smart men agree with him. Because a lot of dudes how could you not agree with somebody that states something that you have experienced? You know what that is? That's called ignorance. That's what that is. You're trying to ignore the truth. Just like whoever that was that kept trying to go on and on about women being pastors. That's ignorance. You trying to ignore the truth. Let me see. I told y'all. Hold on. Let me tell y'all, man. And I don't mean this disrespectfully, because, look, people say the same thing about me, not that I care. Let me tell you. Look at Shaunie now. And look at Shaunie 15 years ago. I can't find what I'm looking for, y'all. But y'all know that marriage is sex work. Sometimes. And here's the sometimes where marriage is sex work. Anytime a woman gets with a man because of what he has, whether it's potential, whether it's the money he has, whether it's the fame, the name, it's sex work. It's sex work. And this is what people don't realize. Like, with everything, there's two sides of the story, including Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards, he need to learn his pull-out game. But I'm going to tell you what might be in his mind, what the prophet is seeing. Anthony Edwards know that most of these women just want the name of being with Anthony Edwards. They want the name of having a kid with Anthony Edwards. He need to stop getting these chicks pregnant, but that's what it is. He like, man, that was just sex. I'm not finna, all right. Instead of me giving her $10 million for having a kid with her, I'm gonna give her $1 million to get the F out of my face. And it's not right. But it's always two sides. He has a fetish for cream pie and women. Susie Q in them. Hostess Twinkie in them. And he needs to stop that. But the prophet understands the logic or the lack thereof in his mind. Because he's not finna end up with Shaunie O Neal. That's who he's... Anthony Edwards is avoiding the Shaunie O Neal type. I'm gonna let you know that right now. We'll criticize people. And again, he does need to learn how to just finish off with you in your hand. But Anthony Edwards is avoiding the Shaunie O Neal type. The woman that'll stay with you the whole time, masturbating, thinking about other men. The woman that'll stay with you the whole time, having an emotional affair. She'll talk about how you cheated on her, but she actually cheated on you too. She just sneaky enough for you not to know. This type is sneaky. Who knows if she was already had him in her DM? That could be your wife. That could be that one up in there. Already talking to dude and will lie. I don't be talking to nobody. Remember how Martin, when they was in the woods, him and Pam, and he had the candy bar that he took out her purse? I don't got no candy. While he eating it. Listen, dude. This is the type, when she was married to him, we ain't hear nothing she had to say. They think, oh, I ain't gonna talk about him in public. But now that he ain't with her, she can't keep his name out her mouth. She getting clout off his name. And a lot of them, like she'll tell, she made fun of my YouTube channel when I had 40 subs, made fun of my view counts. This is what I've been dealing with, y'all. And I told all of them, I'm gonna get monetized before any of y'all. What happened? So let's say down the line, when I write these books, when I do the things I'm gonna do, I'm a literally, if this court is contested, one of the things I'm gonna demand is that I'm gonna put a gag order. Give me my name back and keep my name out of your mouth. Cause see, women will look at where you at now and they'll treat you as such. That's this type. And then when you get up, these type will try to either get back with you or they'll try to, if they make a movie about me in the future, if they were to make a movie about me in the future, I'm deciding 100% how she would be portrayed. And no interviews, don't talk to her, leave her alone. That's how I will be. Because it's possible, y'all. If the things that, look, I ain't gonna say too much. Moving on. Y'all gotta understand that some things about marriage is downright evil. People marrying people for status, that's downright evil. You say, well, they did it in biblical days. Their marriages were arranged, but trust me, their marriages were under different circumstances. I've researched it, I know. People wasn't marrying people for status. They were giving their daughters to men of moral character and things of that nature. Like I said, man, if it's true that they divorced, I'll take that video down. But my research, they still together. So that means they in sin. You hear that, Pastor Henderson? All that preaching you doing, and you ain't no better than the person on the back of the pew. You're shacking up. In fact, they better than you. I'm gonna show y'all something. This is deep. The fornicator is not viewed with as much disdain as the adulterer. And I'm gonna talk about it. I wasn't even gonna make videos like that, but when I'm prompted within, I got to do what I got to do. And I had to talk about this Shaunie O Neal type, the type that they think they could go to church and, well, he washed away all my sins in the blood. Keon clap. Wash the sins away in the blood. Keon hit it again. And Shaq really supposed to be the one still tapping. How many times y'all gonna try to crucify him? These women be having 100 bodies. And some of them, if they was raised in the church, they'll repent 100 times. That means that symbolically you knew you wasn't supposed to be doing that. You that married dude side chick. That trust me, he not doing it from a polygynous standpoint. You his side chick and y'all both married, but y'all work together. So y'all messing around, which is adultery. And you go to church. See, you think, well, God is merciful and forgiving. Yeah, but you playing with him. You playing around with him. Okay, God is merciful and forgiving. So I should have just went bang all them dudes' wives then. Yep, he's merciful and forgiving. The cross. Yep, uh-huh. Y'all got a lot to learn. Your level of worship is dependent on the things that you give up because of him. And because you care what he gonna say, what he think. That's your act of worship. You reading how forgiving he is, but you not using that as a crutch. That's your act of worship. I went for years without no sex. And what's crazy, the whole time, I'm looking at these guys that I know cheating on their wife, and they still banging their wife too. And I'm going without. I'm getting to have performances on my anniversary. Now let me ask you something. Knowing what you know, well, some of y'all don't know, but the reality of who the Most High is. Do you think that the Most High is gonna reward a woman with another great guy that's done these things? Disregarded the scripture, read it, didn't care. This is why the safest bet for a man is not to get married. If you want to keep your mind, keep your peace, you don't want to be going back and forth. You don't want to be having to wonder what's going on. Your safest bet is not to get married and not to even get in no relationship of that type. That's your safest bet. Monk mode is the safest bet. Other than that, like, well, you know, I commit a sin here and there, but I'm not finna be in no relationship with her. That's what dudes is deciding to do. All these guys that going to Thailand and all that, these ain't bad guys. All of these dudes are not bad guys. These women want y'all to believe that. These is guys that just want to have pleasure. But they understand that if you try to keep a woman in the house, that don't guarantee you no pleasure. Oh, today finna be like Tuesday. I never planned on it, but it's finna be like Tuesday. And I already know I'm not making videos tomorrow. So today finna be like a Tuesday. Because people be giving a bad rap with their misconceptions. They give people a bad rap, they misconception. Like, if I could read you the text she sent me, like trying to question me being a prophet, because I'm logical. So let me get this straight. I'm righteous by going without sex? No. Don't let nobody tell you that. What's righteous about not having sex? You married and you not even having sex, but you think that you serving God by remaining married to this broad that's not even having sex with you. That you probably caught her being friendly with her coworker, friendly with this dude or that dude in social media. And you think that God is pleased because you won't leave her alone. God is displeased that you don't know him better than that. You making him out like he petty or something, like he wants you to be miserable. He said, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. Y'all married to somebody that ain't even, look, man, look. I'm not getting in sin for no sex. When I could just imagine it. You say, well, the thought of fooling. Look, man, something that I'm not doing is not a sin. It's when I think it and I do it, I bring it to life. If, like, for instance, if you married and I'm fantasizing over your wife, and then I bang your wife, they both bad, because when the Most High judge me, he gonna look at you as fantasizing over his wife ahead of time. Or even, let's say you and your wife get divorced and I was fantasizing over your wife while that was your wife. When the Most High judge me, he gonna look at you was fantasizing over her while she was still married to him. So you look, you made the adultery come to pass. Now, if you would have just stopped fantasizing over her, but this is what dudes do out here. Dudes be having twists. It's gonna be a lot of self-righteous people in hell. It's gonna be more self-righteous people in hell than any other type of person. Right now, it's self-righteous people there more than any other type of person. You was setting up your own standard of righteousness instead of trying to find out what's righteous and what's not. Keon. And then they play this little thing when you confront them. They want to bring up success and how much they have and all follower, all this other stuff. But let me ask you something, y'all who do that. Do you think that's how the Most High is viewing the situation? Whatever it is. He hating, he jealous. Everybody that confronts you ain't hating on you. He jealous. Why would I be jealous of you and Shaunie? I mean, didn't Deon Cole already tell us what it's like going in behind Shaq? He must, Keon must really got it too. Either he a fool, or Shaunie done had some type of surgery, or old Keon, that's his business, but he must really got it to go in behind Shaq. Because the comedian Deon Cole already told us how that be. If you ain't see him when he was on Club Shay Shay, So why would I be jealous? Most of y'all dudes is just getting some other dudes leftover. The only difference, she just wants to give it to you currently. That's the difference, because who's to say she won't do you the same way? I'm just saying. Y'all take these women too serious, man. Y'all got to know how they really are and then deal with them accordingly. Or you're going to end up like me and other men. You think it won't happen to you. A lot of these dudes are gullible church punks. They're gullible church punks. They be all on Facebook. If you do this, she'll do that. Man, have you ever even been married? I'm finna be cooking. When I get off of here, I'm about to go fire shots on Facebook next. Cause them dudes, some of them dudes on there, they be thinking it's sweet. They think they know how this stuff be. Like we just heard and just talking. That's like the whole alien thing. How could you say there's no aliens when all of the people that seen them? You got to consider, maybe it is some aliens. Millions upon millions of people every year. Even drawing pictures of it. And you come along and say, man, ain't no aliens. I don't believe in aliens. Just because you don't believe in something don't mean it's not true. And this is why y'all keep ending up with this type of woman. You think it's something special about you. He think that she won't do him like she did Shaq. Now she'll be like, to tell you the truth, I didn't love Shaq, but I didn't love Keon either. I didn't love Pastor Keon either. I heard they having a problem. And then she'll get with a third dude. Let me just say, I'm not getting married no more. After they third one, when they get old and they know ain't nobody else gonna marry them. I'm not getting this light-skinned so she'll get another chance by that. But dudes starting to see, that light skin don't mean nothing no more. This ain't 1995. It ain't the same. And they all the same. Similar. She'll get married again. Well, I'm not getting that married no more because I didn't love Shaq, I didn't love Keon, and I didn't love Mystery Man 3X. Do you love anybody? And then you'll start saying them with women. Some of them. She better have some major snapback to her little cat. Because I'm sure Shaq probably knocked the elasticity out of that. And all them kids too. Boy. Keon probably thinking about his secretary. I ain't gonna diss him. I'm just presenting the truth. I ain't gonna diss the man. I just want y'all to see this truth, and I want him to see it. Cause he could divorce her and marry somebody else. Technically, I'm gonna tell you like this. A man don't even need permission to have a concubine. He don't need a woman's permission. That's just the right thing to do. But let me get off of here. I gotta get ready. I still got my pajama pants on. He could divorce her, go marry somebody else that ain't been married, and he good. Like the Bible say, they which practice these things. We all commit a sin here and there. But some of us is a little more blatant with it. Like she know the word. She know she can't go out here messing with these dudes. It's something about when you with a prophet, whether you want to learn the word or not, you're going to learn it. So it has to be hatred towards me for her to go out there and get with somebody else, knowing what the Most High said, knowing what the scripture said. But people do what they do. I mean, she says she don't need a man, so why would she let a man come in between her and God? She could just remain unmarried. Just keep her hands in her mouth to herself. And the Most High, look, the Most High would be like, okay, well, but it's when they try to marry somebody else like Shaunie did. The Most High be looking at that. And now he's going to look at her heart and see her level of innocence towards Shaq. When, hey, I could tell just by the first interview, she knew what she was getting into, so she was using them, which is bad. You're not supposed to use people. Using people is slavery. It's like if the Most High wanted these women to be taskmasters, he would have never freed black people from slavery. He would have just modified slavery. But clearly he's not with slavery. Looking at the things that he said, men shall have rule over, helper, suitable unto him. So we know when a relationship ends in slavery, that we know that the devil has taken over. Show me one guy in the Bible that sent his woman on her way and she got half of his money. The devil comes, steal, kill, and destroy. That's theft. When they say, I don't want nothing from you, that's more respectable than when they change their mind about you, stop having sex with you, sneaking around talking to other dudes, doing this, doing that, and then think you still supposed to compensate. Who is that? You telling me that's God? It's not. It's not. Look, man. I'm sure Shaq saw a red flag in the beginning. He was supposed to do this.